Chapter 7 Population Introduction. It becomes inevitable to discuss about the increasing population when the world population has crossed 7 billion mark and India's population has reached 1.25 billion. The basic responsibility of every government is to fulfill the basic requirements of its growing population. For this, the country's natural resources assume utmost importance because only with the help of natural resources, economic development becomes possible. Here between population and natural resources, there are two aspects. First, as population increases, the limited natural resources depletes fast and in the long run, it becomes dangerous for the future generations. Second, when unskilled population rises, the natural resources will not be utilized in the best possible manner, which proves to be a barrier for the economic development of a country. So a study of population for an economy becomes very essential. Rise in population is the root cause of most of the problems in an economy. Meaning of population explosion. India's death rate has fallen rapidly and as against it, birth rate has not fallen to that extent, which has resulted in rise in net population, which is known as population explosion. Population rise is the most important and biggest reason for the various problems faced by the world. The world has never ever witnessed such a fast rate of growth of population as in the present period, and India is not an exception. Between 1931 and 2011, there has been a continuous rise in population. In the year 1951, population of India was 36.1 crores, which has increased to 121.02 crores in the year 2011. That is, in the span of 60 years, population has increased by 84.92 crores and average rate of growth of population was around 2.5%. More population and high rate of growth of population along with very high rise in population after 1970 is identified as population explosion. Population trends in India. Trends of population in India includes size of population, population growth rate, birth rate, death rate, rural-urban population, proportion of female to male population, etc. and their related statistical information along with their interpretation and analysis. The very first population census was conducted in 1871 owing to the initiative of Jamsetji Tata. After that, a systematic census was conducted in 1891 and thereafter it has been conducted every 10 years. The first census of independent India was conducted in 1951. Size and growth rate of India's population. Size of population refers to the total population in India during different periods or the numbers and percentage increase in population is known as population growth. The following table represents size of India's population and its population growth rate. Size of India's population and population growth rate, that is 1901 to 2011. Year 1901, population is 23.8 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 0.08%. In year 1911, population is 25.2 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 0.57%. In year 1921, population is 25.1 crore. Average yearly growth rate of population is minus 0.03%. In year 1931, population is 27.9 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 1.04%. In year 1941, population is 31.9 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 1.33%. In year 1951, population is 36.1 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 1.25%. In year 1961, population is 43.9 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 1.96%. In year 1971, population is 54.8 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 2.20%. In year 1981, population is 68.3 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 2.22%. In year 1991, population is 84.6 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 2.16%. In year 2001, population is 102.7 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 1.97%. In year 2011, population is 121.02 crores. Average yearly growth rate of population is plus 1.64%. Source: Census of India 2011. Analysis or conclusions. First, between 1901 and 1921, the rate of growth in population was slow. In the decade 1901 to 1911, there was 5.7% increase in total population, while in the decade 1911 to 1921, there was a decrease in the rate of population to the extent of minus 0.03. The main reason for this decrease is a high death rate. Frequent occurrence of feminines led to various diseases like cholera, plague, tuberculosis, malaria, and influenza, leading to high death rate. Second, except for 1921, the rate of population growth was high in all the years, hence the year 1921 was considered as the year of Great Divide. After 1921, in every decade, the population growth rate has been high. Third, in 1951, planning started in India. When planning started in 1951, population of India was 36.1 crores, which rose to 102.7 crores after 5 decades, that is, in 2001. Thus, the registered growth in population was 66.6 crores. Fourth, in present times, population of India increases by 170 lakhs every year. Every year, an Australia is added to India's population. Fifth, China is the most populated country of the world, while India ranks second. In 1911, India's population was 25.2 crores, and within 1 century, in 2011, it rose to 121.02 crores. Demographers forecasted that by the year 2000, India's population will cross 100 crore mark, and it has been proved right. According to World Development Report, in 1997, India's population was 93 crores. According to the census of 2011, between 2011 and 2025, the estimated population growth in India will be 139.98 crores. Male and female population in India, that is, gender distribution of population in India. The number of males and females of the total population in different years in India depicts the male-female ratio. Male-female ratio in India's total population. In year 1951, male population is 18.55 crores, that is 51.37%. Female population is 17.56 crores, that is 48.63%. Total population is 36.11, that is 100%. In year 1991, male population is 43.92 crores, that is 51.90%. Female population is 40.71 crores, that is 48.10%. Total population is 84.63 crores, that is 100%. In year 2011, male population is 62.37 crores, that is 51.54%. Female population is 58.65 crores, that is 48.46%. Total population is 121.02 crores, that is 100%. Source: Census of India 2011. Analysis and conclusions. First, the consistent increase in the male-female population during the period 1951 to 2011 is a result of a high population growth rate. Second, if it is presented in percentage, the male population in the total population was 51.37% in 1951, which rose to 51.54% in 2011. Thus, it shows 0.17 percentage point rise in male population. Third, in 1951, female population was 48.63%, which decreased to 48.46%, which depicts minus 0.17%. In comparison to males, decreasing ratio of female population is a matter of concern. This fall in female population is a challenge for the future of our society. Gender ratio in India, that is, extent of female per 1000 males. The number of females in the country per 1000 males is identified as sex ratio or gender ratio or female-male ratio. Gender ratio occupies an important place in the study of population. Falling number of females per 1000 males creates various implications in the country. If there is good gender ratio, number of problems arise in the economy regarding marriage, family, reproduction, etc. By getting a clear picture of the gender ratio, it is possible to understand the cause of adversity in gender ratio and efforts can be made to solve the same. There are various developed countries where the gender ratio is more, that is, females are more than 1000 for every 1000 males. In India, with the exception of Kerala, all other states have low female-male ratio. According to 2011 data, for every 1000 males, there were 1084 females in Kerala. The lowest female population per 1000 males was 879 in Haryana. It has been found that there are social, cultural, economic factors responsible for the adverse female-male ratio. In Indian society, the status of women has been low since ancient times. Due attention was not given to nutrition, health, education, and overall upbringing of daughters. The dowry system also contributed towards the neglect of girls. Apart from this, early marriage, frequent childbirths had adverse effect on the health, leading to high death rate among minor and adult females. All this leads to low female population as compared to males. Gender ratio in India. In year 1901, number of females per 1000 males in India is 972. Number of females per 1000 males in Gujarat is 954. In year 1931, number of females per 1000 males in India is 950. Number of females per 1000 males in Gujarat is 945. In year 1961, number of females per 1000 males in India is 941. Number of females per 1000 males in Gujarat is 940. In year 1991, number of females per 1000 males in India is 927. Number of females per 1000 males in Gujarat is 936. In year 2001, number of females per 1000 males in India is 933. Number of females per 1000 males in Gujarat is 921. Year 2011, number of females per 1000 males in India is 940. Number of females per 1000 males in Gujarat is 918. Source: Census of India 2011. Analysis or conclusion. First, between 1901 to 1991, for every 1000 males, number of female population has been decreasing. But 2001 to 2011 was a period in which female population per 1000 males increased negligibly, thanks to Beti Bachao program and encouragement given to the birth of girl child. Second, if we talk about Gujarat, the period between 1901 to 2011 saw a consistent fall in female population per 1000 males, which creates social and cultural implications. If we discuss the reasons behind this, it can be found out that the craze for or preference for male child and improvement in medical science has encouraged female foeticide. To stop this, the government has imposed ban on sex detention legally, but its implementation largely has been only on papers. In states which are economically prosperous like Punjab, Haryana and Gujarat, this disparity or imbalance between females and males is more. Age-wise population in India. Age-wise population in India refers to the classification of population in different age groups. For example, the percentage of population in the age group of 0 to 14. A study of age-wise population helps in understanding aspects like working and non-working age groups. Age-wise population of India. Age group, that is 0 to 14 years, in 2005, 32.78. In 2010, 30.89. In 2011, 305. In 2014, estimated 29.21. 15 to 64 years, in 2005, 62.44. In 2010, 63.99. In 2011, 64.3. In 2014, estimated 65.30. 65 and above years. In 2005, 04.78. In 2010, 05.12. In 2011, 05.2. In 2014, estimated 5.49. Source: Census of India 2011 estimated. Analysis and conclusion. It is a known fact that changes in death rate and fertility rate influences the age-wise classification of population, which in the long run will affect the family size and the labor market in the future. First, in 2005, people in the age group 0 to 14 was 32.78%, which reduced to 29.21% in 2014, which shows a decrease in birth rate. Second, in 2005, there was 62.44% population in the age group to 15 to 64 years, which increased to 65.30%. In this age group, majority of the population are working population. Increase in the working population leads to economic development of the country, which is considered to be significant. Rural and urban population in India. Number of people living in rural areas and the number of people living in urban areas constitutes the proportion of rural and urban population. The rural-urban population is influenced by various factors like extent of employment, education, health, social life, quality of life, economic returns, occupation, etc. Rural and urban population in India. In year 1901, rural population is 21.2 crores, that is 89.1%. Urban population is 2.6 crores, that is 10.9%. Total population is 23.8 crores, that is 100%. In year 1951, rural population is 29.9 crores, that is 82.8%. Urban population 6.2 crores, that is 17.2%. Total population is 36.1 crores, that is 100%. In 1981, rural population is 52.4 crores, that is 76.72%. Urban population is 15.9 crores, that is 23.28%. Total population is 68.3 crores, that is 100%. In year 2011, rural population is 83.02 crores, that is 68%. Urban population is 38 crores, that is 32%. Total population is 121.02 crores, that is 100%. Analysis and conclusions. First, in recent years, the urban population out of the total population is consistently rising. The problems of dirt and squalor arise due to increase in inhabitaments. Administration will prove to be a failure in providing basic services like electricity, transportation, water, etc. Due to lack of infrastructural facilities, due to improper waste management, pollution arises. Social evils will occur in the form of crimes, theft, loot, etc. Second, in 1901, the rural population was 21.2 crores, that is 89.1%, which was 83.02 crores, that is 68% in 2011. But there has been a registered fall in the percentage of rural population. This is because of lack of employment opportunities and the existence of widespread disguised unemployment and underemployment in the rural sectors. There are large-scale employment opportunities in urban areas, leading to migration of people from rural to urban areas. Third, urban population was 2.6 crores, that is 10.9% in 1901, which rose to 38 crores, that is 32% in 2011. That is, in every decade, percentage-wise increase has been registered. This is because of availability of various physical facilities in urban areas like electricity, schools, colleges, theaters, housing, good roads, transportation, communication facilities, cultural and entertainment activities, facilities for good medical treatment, etc. Many people have migrated from rural to urban areas because of abolition of zamindari system and control of moneylenders on business. Causes of rapid increase in population. There are two factors affecting increase in population: birth rate and death rate. The difference between the birth rate and death rate is the cause of increase in population. In other words, it can be said that high birth rate and low death rate has led to population increase. Meaning of birth rate. The birth rate depicts the number of children born for every 1000 people during the given year. Birth rate is equal to the number of live births during a given year upon total population into 1000. Birth rate is not depicted as percentage, but for every 1000 people how much is the addition taking place is shown. On the basis of birth rate, the increase in the population is known, and the data on birth rate helps in deciding the population policy. Extent of birth rate in India. In year 1951, birth rate per 1000 persons is 39.9. In year 2011, birth rate per 1000 persons is 21.8. Source: Census of India 2011. Analysis and conclusions. First, in 1951, the extent of birth rate in India was 39.9, which decreased to 21.8, that is 39.9 minus 21.8 is equal to 18.1 difference in 2011, which shows a slow reduction in the birth rate. The main reasons for this are low level of education, preference for male child, low income levels, etc. Meaning of death rate. The death rate depicts the number of people who die per every 1000 people during a given year. Death rate is equal to number of people who die in a given year upon total population into 1000. The decrease in population can be understood from the death rate. The reduction in the total population in a particular manner can be understood by measuring the total number of deaths in a year. The extent of death rate in India. In year 1951, death rate per 1000 persons 27.4. In year 2011, death rate per 1000 persons is 0.7.1. Source: Census of India 2011. Analysis and conclusions. First, the death rate in India in 1951 was 27.4, which fell to 7.1 in 2011. That is, 27.4 minus 7.1 is equal to difference 20.3. The fall in death rate is much higher than the fall in birth rate. The main causes are control of feminism, improvement in quality of life, nutritious food, increase and improvement in medical services, spread of education, improvement in medical science and research in the field of surgery, control of infectious diseases, etc. Causes of high birth rate. Causes of high birth rate in India can be classified under three heads: social factors, economic factors, and other factors. Social factors. First, universality of marriage. In India, marriage is a religious ritual. The society doubts an unmarried person. To escape from this, a man and a woman enter into an institution of marriage. Even disabled people are not exceptions. Compared to advanced countries, in India most women marry. This universality of marriages leads to high birth rate. Second, early marriage and widow remarriage. Child marriage is prevalent in many parts of the country despite laws banning child marriage. As they get married at an early age, their fertility span is very long. This results in the birth of more children. The Widow Remarriage Act in India, which has been supported by many and thus widow remarriage has become common. Therefore, it has resulted in high birth rate. Third, preference for a male child. Indian society is male-dominated and more importance is given to sons rather than daughters for the following three reasons. First, it is believed that there is a hell named Pooh and a son's birth can stop them from reaching this hell. Second, for procreation. Third, to support them financially during old age. Due to these three reasons, families give birth to more children expecting a son, and in the process their family size becomes large. Fourth, joint family system. There is the prevalence of joint family system in the rural areas of India. As a result, the financial responsibility of the upbringing of a child is distributed among all the family members. Hence, a child does not become a burden leading to high birth rate. Economic factors. First, low level of education. Education and population growth has a complex relationship. This is more so regarding female education. Inadequate education makes it difficult to understand the need for small families, and as a result, the family size tends to become large. Education and the number of children in a family have inverse relationship all over the world. It has been found that as compared to illiterate women, the women who have had primary education gives birth to less number of children. This proves true for middle school educated and secondary school educated as against primary school educated women. From this experience, it can be said that the birth rate is high because of illiteracy and low education. Second, low level income. When the income level of a family is low, the birth of a child is considered to be an asset rather than a burden. It is commonly said, more the merrier. It is expected that child also contributes to the income of the family in future. Even today, we see children working in small eateries or in tea stalls. Third, high infant mortality rate. Out of every 1,000 children born in a given year, the number of child deaths before 1 year of age is known as infant mortality rate. Extent of infant mortality rate in India. In year 1951, infant mortality rate, that is for every 1,000 live birth, is 146. In year 2011, infant mortality rate, that is for every 1,000 live births, is 41.40. Source: www.data.worldbank.org. The extent of infant mortality rate is quite high in India in comparison to various other developed countries. In India, infant mortality rate in 1951 was 146, which fell to 41.40 in 2011. But still, this rate is considered to be quite high. The main reasons for this high infant mortality rate are poverty, less care given to girl child, lack of nutritious food, frequent abortions among women, age-old practices in the upbringing of a child, inadequate medical facilities, less gap between two children, etc. are some of the reasons which leads to a high tendency of birth rate. Other factors. First, high fertility rate. In a given year, out of every 1000 females in the age group of 15 to 49 years, how many live children are given birth is what is known as fertility rate. In the Indian population structure, high fertility is a specialty. Let us analyze this specialty with reference to the woman in the age group of 15 to 49 years. In 1961, the average of women in this age group gave birth to 6 children, fell to 3 in 2011. Still, this is considered to be high, and 2 reasons can be attributed to this high rate. First, early marriage leads to longer fertility period for women. Second, the proportion of unmarried women in the total number of women in the fertile age group is very low. Second, lack of family planning information. Family planning refers to decision on the size of family and maintaining gap between 2 children based on proper understanding. That is, a planned parenthood in India. Poverty, social customs and religious beliefs combined with low level of education has acted as obstacles to family planning. Moreover, lack of knowledge regarding the instruments of contraception and sometimes scarcity of those leads to high birth rate. Causes of low death rate. Improvement in standard of living. Standard of living of the people has improved because of the rise in income of the people. Due to economic development, people of our country have now started getting better quality food grains, better housing, healthcare and education, which has led to decrease in death rate. Control over epidemics. In the beginning of 20th century, there were life-threatening diseases like plague, measles, tuberculosis, malaria, etc., which raised the death rate, but at the end of 20th century, development resulted in extraordinary progress and innovation of varied immunization vaccines. This resulted in successful control over the aforesaid diseases and death rate. Control on drought. Science and technology led to control over drought. As a result, the deaths caused by hunger could be stopped. Considerable increase in the supply of food grains was registered after 1966, when Green Revolution was introduced in India. Food grains can be easily transported from abundant areas to scarce areas and thus we could prevent starvation-related deaths. Protection against natural calamities and transportation facilities. Earlier natural calamities like earthquake, tsunami, landslides, floods, famines, etc. led to high death rate. If such calamities occur now in any part of the country, then immediate relief can be made available by enabling the availability of basic requirements like food grains, medicines, etc., thereby reducing the death rate. Measures to control population, mass education and awareness. It is necessary to make people realize the importance of small families to reduce birth rate. For this, it is necessary to propagate and spread education, especially by making society aware through various programs. Telecast through visual media, in school and colleges, expert lectures need to be arranged and awareness can be created through plays, mimes, songs, etc. In the year 2000, population policy emphasis was placed on women upliftment. Demographers believe that education is the best method for population control. Effectiveness of family planning program. To make family planning program more effective, along with public awareness, family planning services and incentives were also increased. It is essential to create simple, easy and affordable availability of contraceptives. In the population policy of 2000, changes were made in the programs related to family planning by reducing the importance of sterilization and emphasis was placed on preventing unwanted pregnancy through preventive methods. Increasing the age of marriage and raising the status of women. By raising the legal age of marriage, particularly for women, reduction in birth rate can be achieved. As per the population policy of 2000, encouragement was given to raising the age of marriage for women from 18 to 20 years if possible. If women's status is raised in the society in comparison to men and if equal opportunities are given to in the matter of education and employment, such women will control the family size. Incentives and disincentives. The incentives and disincentives that are offered by the government play a very important role in family planning. For instance, those couples who undergo sterilization are given financial compensation by the government. China has adopted disincentive or discouragement to control rising population, in which number of facilities are withdrawn from those couples who have 2 or more children. But recently, some relaxations have been given. In India, in the elections of local self-government, couples with more than 2 children cannot contest in elections. Expansion in medical services and its growing effectiveness. In India, death rate has come down, but it is still higher than some of the developed countries. With the help of science, there has been an increase in the services and facilities for childbirth and health of the newborn. Universalization and effectiveness of vaccination, and to make it effective, awareness regarding communicable diseases like AIDS is to be increased. Reduction in various infectious disease and sex-related disease, etc. can bring about a reduction in death rate and infant mortality rate. India was the first country in the world to introduce population policy to control population. A committee was set up to frame new population policy of 2000 under the chairmanship of Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. The various measures in the population policy will result in increase in social welfare, which in turn will improve awareness against population growth.